Sophie held her breath as she leaned toward the van's window. Outside, the early light stretched across the valley. The scene unfolding before her was both surreal and primal. People she had shared coffee with, exchanged stories with around campfires, now moved with an eerie precision, their once welcoming faces hard and driven. They formed a loose perimeter, their postures brimming with latent strength. A distant sound rose above the whisper of wind, low, rasping and resonant. It wasn't just one sound, but a chorus, layered and building. Sophie's grip tightened on the counter. Her knees itched to bolt, but her mind clung to the need to stay rooted, to watch, to understand. The figures at the edge of the tree line began to emerge, grotesque parodies of humans. The light revealed their disjointed limbs and warped bodies, their skin taut as if stretched over something hollow. They didn't walk so much as lurch, their jerky motions betraying an internal struggle against gravity itself. The van dwellers, Jack and Vincent among them, held their ground. Vincent muttered something under his breath, and Jack gave a curt nod. Then, as if some invisible cord snapped, the creatures surged forward, and chaos exploded in the valley. Vincent vaulted forward with astonishing speed, his body a blur as he collided with the first creature. The force sent it sprawling, a cloud of dust rising as it hit the ground. Jack followed, moving in synchrony with the others. Their motions were fluid, almost choreographed, yet carried a raw, unrestrained intensity. Sophie blinked, her mind struggling to reconcile the elegance of their movements with the brutal efficiency of their attacks. She winced as the muffled sound of breaking bone reached her ears, paired with a high-pitched screech that didn't sound fully human. The creatures were relentless. For every one that fell, another would take its place, its jerking movements like a puppet on frayed strings. The line of defenders began to shift and buckle, each member adapting, retreating a step to maintain formation. Sophie's pulse thundered as she scanned the valley for Jack. He was in the thick of it, his actions calculated, yet frantic when necessary. His gaze darted toward the van for the briefest moment, his jaw tightening as his eyes locked with hers. Movement outside her periphery broke Sophie's focus. She turned her head sharply and noticed a new figure stepping from the tree line. It was taller than the others, its elongated frame draped in tattered remnants of clothing. The thing moved differently, not with the shambling awkwardness of its kin, but with deliberate purpose. Its eyes, dark and fathomless, surveyed the scene with an almost chilling awareness. The atmosphere shifted. Even from the van, Sophie could sense it. Jack and Vincent paused, their collective focus snapping to the new arrival. Vincent muttered something, his voice too low for her to hear, but the tension in his body spoke volumes. The larger creature let out a sound, not a screech or groan like the others, but something deeper, more resonant, almost like a growl formed in a cavern. The other creatures hesitated, as if awaiting its command. Jack's voice carried over the noise. "Sophie, get back!" His words broke her paralysis, and Sophie stumbled away from the window. Her heart raced as she grabbed at the counter for stability. She hadn't heard fear in his voice before, not like this.